Today we're talking about one of the biggest names in boxing. Jake Paul, baby. People don't want to love him. Personally, I do. I think it's incredible what he's done in just 3 years of boxing. The kid has crazy work ethic. Even though he lost his last fight, he earned my respect. So today we're gonna break down what he did in his training leading up to the fight.
And if you like boxing videos just like this, make sure you subscribe. Let's get right into it.
I like to do my shadow boxing in the ring because that's where the fight goes down. So come on in with me. And now let's talk about the benefits of shadow boxing. When you shadow box, you need to watch your shadow, which is why I'm using a mirror. We break it down real slow. So when I'm shadow boxing, you start really slow and you're refining your technique. Am I shifting my weight from leg to leg? Am I pulling my hands back to my face, my elbows back to my body? And then you start to pick it up. Now, one thing that Jake Paul does I think is really cool is he wears ankle weights. And this is gonna help with your footwork and conditioning your legs. So as you start to shadow box, try to move your feet with your punches. As the feet hit the floor, the punch lands. And that's hard. You can start with just a 1, 1, 2, and watch how I'm stepping with the punch. The point when you're shadow boxing is visualizing an opponent in front of you. So not only are you punching and moving your feet, you also have to simulate defense. You're moving your head, you're blocking, you're moving your feet. Try to simulate a fight as much as you can. Every great fighter shadow box in a mirror or using your shadow if you have one, visualizing the fight before you step into the ring. Into modality number 2.
So after shadow boxing, we're gonna hit some pads. Now, me and Aaron love hitting mitts. And as we noticed when we watched Jake Paul, one of the real negative things is that he literally is just working single shots, right? And as a professional fighter, that's one of the things that you don't wanna just do. Just throw single power shots. That might be one of the reasons why he lost to Tommy Fury. Now, me and Aaron, we're gonna work a little bit of mitt work here and incorporate our defense and our footwork even, as a pro should do. This is gonna be simulating a little bit of sparring, so as you move in and out, this can prepare you better for a fight. So Aaron moves in with that 1 and the 2, with his footwork moving forward. He hits it again, bah, bah. See, he's moving in and working on that range, as mitt work can help you inside the fight as a tactical strategy. Now, if he comes to pick it up, we might do that slip 2-3-2 off of that. So 1, 2, bah, 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 bah. Boom, so now he's working his defense. He sees a punch coming at him and he slips out the way, makes me miss, and then makes me pay. It's one of the great things about mitt work that you can add in. But you can even go a further level than that. So if he hits that 1, 2, slips out to the side, he comes back with a boom, boom, counter, and then a 5, 3, woo! When you work your mitt work and you incorporate combinations, defense, and timing, you can become a better fighter really fast. That's one of the things that me and Aaron really didn't see from Jake Paul, although again, he fought a professional fighter, so we got to give credit where credit's due. Let's move on to the next modality.
Let's go into sparring, a crucial component of any training camp. Sometimes you spar light, sometimes you spar hard. You need to get those hard rounds in too. But for today's sake of the video and PJ being about 50 pounds heavier than me, we're gonna spar light. So we'll start with just a jab. Let's do a little drill. I jab P, he can parry block it, he can slip it, he can move. Okay, you can work all those different types of defense. Let me show you that from a different angle. PJ's gonna work his jab at me. I can parry, I can move my feet, I can move my head, I can slip inside, come underneath. So you're just gonna work the jab back and forth. I throw a couple, then he throws a couple. This is a great drill if you're just getting into boxing and you want to start to spar a little bit. You want to know what it's like to have punches coming at you and get comfortable parry blocking, catching, and moving your head. If you want to take it up a notch, we can go into bigger, more advanced combinations like a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He throws it to me. And get the hand on your head. When you're blocking those hooks, you want the glove on your head. If it's off your head, you're gonna punch yourself. It's a little bit jarring, but that's the nature of the sport. You gotta get used to blocking, and you gotta get used to punches coming at your face. Start there, then you can start to spar hard once you feel comfortable with that. Once you're done with your mitt work and your sparring, we're gonna get out of the ring and we're gonna go down and work some bag work. So one thing that Jake Paul likes to do is work these Cobra Bags. All right, so we got a couple different ones. This one is made by Grodex. I never really worked these, I just started, and it's super fun. Look how it bounces. So you gotta time it with your punches, and also, you gotta learn how to move your head like there's a punch coming at you. Now, if this is too much, you can come over here. We've got one that doesn't move as much. This is made by Ringside. See how it doesn't spring as much? So I can start to work my combinations a little bit more, along with my head movement. So these are really good for timing. And in boxing, timing is everything. Because you can be fast and powerful, but if you don't know how to time your opponent, you're never gonna land a punch. And that's an art, and it takes years to master. You have to learn how to lull your opponent into a certain cadence. That's what timing's all about. Next, we're gonna get on the speed bag with Coach PJ. Great for shoulder conditioning.
We see Jake Paul working the speed bag. It's a crucial part of almost all professional boxers' training regimens. Now, the speed bag does a lot of different things. It can work your shoulder conditioning, but it's also, and I think primarily, for timing, technique, and getting down the basic rhythms of boxing, okay, both for offense and defense. Now, I think a lot of us find a struggle when we get to the speed bag. So I think one of the easiest things to work on is a real simple beginner rhythm. So work on something simple like this, where you get one with the lead hand, boom, let it bounce a couple times, take your time with it. Then you're gonna get one with the rear hand, boom. Then I'm gonna go up a number and I'm gonna add two with my lead hand. Now the whole point is about the rhythm, so you don't have to worry about you falling off the rhythm. This is gonna build you up. I'm gonna then do two with my right hand. Again, when I keep the elbow up and I rotate through with the same movement non-stop, you'll start to feel that speed bag working instead of just swinging and hitting it wherever. Again, following that trend, I'm gonna go three with my lead, then three with my rear. Now once you'll start to see rhythm picking up, where you can get all the way up to 10 and then work your way down, and then you go a little faster. So work on a drill just like that, where you go all the way up to 10, back down, and you'll start to see not only does your timing improve, your shoulders get a little conditioned, but you'll feel like a better fighter every single time. Oh yeah!
Let's go into some core work now. It's super important to build up your core because you're gonna hit harder. Also, you need to be able to absorb body shots. So Jake Paul actually had 3 moves, 2 of which I've never done before. The first one is, off of a bench, I'm gonna position myself where half of my hips hang off the bench here. Okay, you gotta really get a good position. And now I'm gonna come down and raise up, working my obliques. The bench is gonna help you get a big range of motion. I already feel it. And you wanna breathe with every rep. Like you're taking a punch to the rib cage. Okay, that's good. Oh. All right, the next move, what was it, P?
A little boxer's twist, baby. You know what that is.
We do these all day. You're gonna lean back, cross your feet, and just twist. Try to get a big range of motion. We're working those obliques. Try to work these for about a minute. Breathing in through your nose, not through your mouth. And the last one is one that I've also never done before. I'm really excited about it. It's a reverse sit-up. So PJ's gonna stand in front of me here. I put my legs out, grabbing the ankles. My legs come through, and then he's pushing them down. When you're doing these, try to keep your lower back on the floor real flat. And again, breathe with every rep. Thank you, P. One thing I want to talk about is when you get punched, it's super important to breathe. Because you're engaging the abs when you breathe. If you don't let the air out, you're gonna get the wind knocked out. Let's condition the neck next.
One of the last things that we see Jake Paul doing in his training is one of my favorite things when I work with athletes. That's injury prevention. It's an essential aspect, I think, of all athletes, but especially combat athletes. What I want to have Aaron do is drop down onto the bench, have his head completely off of the bench. What I'm going to do is use a towel and add light resistance. I'm not going to yank onto his head. I want to help him here by giving him resistance on the way up and on the way down. Now, his goal is to get that chin all the way to his chest. As I pull down, he breathes and pulls that head all the way up, working his neck extensors and the flexors.
It's not the first time I've been blindfolded. You're into some kinky shit, Coach PJ.
All right, so I'm gonna work this right here nonstop for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
or almost until he fatigues all the way. Now again, once your athlete gets stronger, obviously you can add a little more resistance with this. As you see, it's a challenge, but it's an essential part to help you not get hurt when you're in the ring. Definitely seeing Jake Paul as a professional, I see why he's taking this so serious and adding this into his training regimen.
There you have it. That is how Jake Paul trained leading up to Tommy Fury. Again, super impressed with his work ethic. You can see his physique changing a lot as he trains a lot. If you're interested in training, check out FightCamp. We have professional fighters come in and lead programs, classes, and paths, teaching you how to train like a fighter, super authentic, and you'll get in the best shape of your life. As always, my name is Aaron Swenson.
It's Coach PJ.
We'll see you next time. Peace.